great cameramen, wonderful and articulate presenters, script writers, editors, and other wonderful positions within the establishment. So we really thank the Father for the wonderful workforce that has grown within this 10-year period. And Star-Crossed has truly, been a great contributor to the media industry in covering a lot of different types of programs, educating its viewers on biblical activities, biblical teachings, cookery programs, wonderful music of Brotherhood of the Cross and Star. So there's so much that people have gained from watching Star-Crossed television, and we truly thank the Father for the growth in the establishment, just like a mustard seed. And it continues to grow and spread the Father's gospels to all nooks and crannies of the world in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. So on this 10th year anniversary of Star-Crossed television, we truly thank the Father immensely for the progress being made, and for more progress to continue to increase the activities of Star-Crossed television to be a global TV station that will reach all people all over the world, so that they really know more about this great and wonderful kingdom that the Father has given us all the privilege to be a part of. Thank you so much. Thank you, Father, for this great opportunity to be a part of Star-Crossed television, and we wish Star-Crossed television happy 10 years anniversary. Thank you, Father.
All right, my name is Alhaji Rasheed Olariwaju. I work with AIT. I'm head of Bureau in Cross River State. Well, it's a privilege, and I consider it as an opportunity as well to speak about Star-Crossed TV today. I remember some 10 years plus ago, I was part of the pioneer team that was assigned to come and give a kind of development or background talk about TV broadcast stations and, of course, TV journalism. And myself, at least I can remember Peter Okon, of course, late Tom Moses, and a few others were called as a professional to come and be part of it. When I was called, the first thing that came across my mind was that, this is a church TV station. Why Rasheed? A Muslim. But again, I checked very well, and I know that the role of religion has not in any way play a major role in professionalism. That is one. Two, brotherhood, as it were, has been a major partner with the Muslim community in Cross River State and in Nigeria. So with those two backgrounds, it now gave me hope that I'm actually in the right place. And after I did my presentation, I think Oga and others who organized the program went to play back our presentation to Father. And some days later, we were called. I remember Father gave me a special prayer that day. In fact, he drew me close and he prayed for me. I was still looking for that picture because I knew that there was a particular picture we took that even made the headline of the Trumpet newspaper at that time. So 10 years down the line, Star-Crossed has propagated media evangelism beyond Nigeria. It has shown to the world that things can be done and done properly even in Nigeria, even in Africa. Star-Crossed has gone beyond Cross River, beyond South-South, beyond Nigeria. It has become a black thing. It has become an African media. I remember at that time the discussion that we had at the time was that how is it going to be, establishing a TV station in Calabar that was not media savvy and media friendly in quotes at the time. How profitable is it going to be? How is it going to be done and all that? Do they take it to Lagos? Do they take it to Abuja? Do they take it to Port Harcourt? But at the end of the day, the team led by Father said it must be at the headquarters of Brotherhood in Cross River State. And today, Star-Crossed is transmitting from Calabar to the world. 10 years down the line, I think the success story is mega. It shows that anything that is worth doing well. I'm fulfilled that I was part of this process right from the beginning, And even up till now, I'm still monitoring what is going on in Starcross. I can only pray that in another 10 years, Starcross would have dominated the continent of Africa. I can only pray that in another 10 years, Starcross would have dominated the entire global space, preaching evangelism, talking about how to win souls, and of course, how to make heaven. Talking about what black, can do to other parts of the world. And so far, so good. It has been a success story. I want to use this medium to especially commend the father, leader Lumba Obu, and of course the management team, the team that was pioneered by Mr. Oga Nsim, who actually midwifed this process as part of the management team. And of course, those who have contributed one way or the other to the success story of Starcross. Starcross has 10, the sky is just your limit. You are starting now, 10 years another, 10 years another, 10 years another. By the time we are celebrating 50 years of Starcross, Starcross would have become CNN of the world and even beyond. Thank you very much.
Year anniversary. Keep watching Starcross, for Starcross has helped so much in the area of evangelism, testimonies, programs, educative. It has done a lot for the kingdom. So I urge you to watch Starcross so that you can be able to be abreast with all the activities happening in the kingdom and the world at large. Keep watching Starcross. We congratulate Starcross and its staff for all the work it has done. And we pray the Father to give them the ability, empower them, spiritual understanding, so that they will do more and become the zenith of all televisions in the world. Thank you, Father.
Do you wish to be an exceptional media practitioner? Are you passionate about film production? How about becoming a creative video editor or graphics designer? How about becoming a good cinematographer? You now have that opportunity at Starcross Television. Hurry up and register for this special training on cinematography, graphics designing, drone piloting and film production craft, holding from Tuesday 30th of May to Thursday 1st of June 2023 at Starcross TV Complex, number 9 Efioko Street, Calabar, Cross River State, Nigeria by 10 a.m. daily. Participants will be issued with professional training certificates. For further inquiries, contact Starcross Television on +234 813 365 9145 and +234 818 865 3802. We look forward to welcoming you at the training exercise. Congratulations in advance.
In the name of our Lord Jesus Christ, in the blood of our Lord Jesus Christ, now and forevermore. My name is Metra Christ Shepherd Amen Essien, and by the grace of the Father, we are the Deputy Rector, Administration, Mansion of Blessedness, in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. The role of Starcross Television towards supporting women in BCS. I think one of the major roles of Starcross Television is a tool for global evangelism. Is a tool for advertorials, is a tool that enable the Diamond Daughters to access the activities of the Women's Fellowship close to their doorstep in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Especially some of those Diamond Daughters who are not very close to the Bethel, for them to acquaint themselves with the Bethel activities. Starcross has helped them to watch the Father's Gospel from the confines of their homes, to watch the Father's Gospel and all activities from their business environment. I think generally Star-Crossed is a tool for global evangelism. In the name of our Lord Jesus Christ.
Not the most inspiring religious TV. Star-Crossed Television.
The BCS Star-Crossed Television presents the first BCS International Film Festival featuring short films, documentaries, and musical videos to mark the 10th anniversary celebration of Star-Crossed Television. There shall be beautiful prizes for the 3 best films and consolation prizes for participants. All films and documentaries should be based on BCS philosophy and moral values. Date for submission of all films for assessment is on the 25th day of May 2023. Interested producers should contact management of Star-Crossed Television through PCS Print Ndifon on +234 9065 776762. Announcer Petra Kraishepet Ogar Usim, General Manager Star-Crossed Television.
Watching not on TV.
Star-Crossed Television is the only entertaining station with spiritual messages reaching the world. Star-Crossed Television is the only entertaining station with spiritual messages reaching the world. Star-Crossed Television is the only entertaining station with spiritual messages reaching the world. Star-Crossed Television is the only entertaining station with spiritual messages reaching the world. Star-Crossed Television is the only entertaining station with spiritual messages reaching the world. Star-Crossed Television is the only entertaining station with spiritual messages reaching the world. Star-Crossed Television is the only entertaining station with spiritual messages reaching the world. Star-Crossed Television is the only entertaining station with spiritual messages reaching the world. Star-Crossed Television is the only entertainment.
Back, you're watching Star-Crossed Television, and on your screen is still the Morning Star Breakfast Show. I'm still here with 2 beautiful sisters, Sister Stella Talbot and Sister Queen Solomon. Before we went on that short break, we had a very insightful segment with Brother Odus coming up. He, usually he gives us this lecture on production craft and cinematography, but this time he was just here to talk to us about Star-Crossed anniversary, and he has told us so many things that he was part of us from the start, from day 1 2013, and you are going to hear from the Osisma directly on this segment. So we are having another beautiful segment, even more beautiful. I think this is going to be the best segment that we are going to have today, and this segment is the one with the GM of Star-Crossed Television, PCS Oga Usim. Good morning, sir. Are you here with us?
Good morning, Brother Oku.
Thank you, sir. I'm here with Sister Stella and Sister Queen Solomon.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Sister Stella. Good morning, Sister Queen Solomon.
How are you doing today, sir?
Good morning. Good, and good morning to our teeming audience across the world.
Thank you. So we'll just jump straight into the business of the day as we are still in this celebration. Can you give us a little brief about the origin of Star-Crossed Television, sir?
Okay, thank you very much. The origin of Star-Crossed Television is the Father himself, and the truth about it is that
Star Cross started at the directive of the Holy Father, although the official switch on of Star Cross Television was in March 2013, but it was in 2010, October 2010, that our father, His Holiness Olumba Obu, started the initiative. And when he visited the Republic of South Africa for the very first time physically, official visit to South Africa physically, and at the end of that visit, I think before he left South Africa physically, he directed that we should start a program, a talk show on a channel called Good Morning Africa. It's a breakfast show that runs on DSTV at the time. And he wanted me to go with now Archbishop Joe Dike to that program. I think, and when we did all the inquiry, we were asked to pay a certain amount that we will run that program for 3 months, which is a quarter. And we shot all the episodes. It's supposed to be a 15-minute program, a 13-minute program once a week for 3 months. I think after we paid, the father himself paid, and we shot some episodes, myself and a brother Joe Dike, and that program started. But after some time, the management of that channel stopped that program unceremoniously without any recourse to us. And we perceived it was a sabotage. We perceived that people were behind it because it was already creating impact. But according to them, they said the Good Morning Africa show is supposed to be an entertainment program and not a religion preaching program, which we were doing. So that was how it stopped. I think that incident led to the father himself, which is time, directing that we should also have a channel of our own, a channel that we will play whatever that gives glory to God, and no man will be able to stop it. So it was from that time that we had this challenge and got the Father's directive that it has become necessary for us as a kingdom to own a channel of our own, that this movement started physically. Because as you know, the Father is time. And the Father used to say, in every bad thing, something good will come out. So I see that the day the Father asked us to go and start that program on Good Morning Africa, he knew exactly that they were going to stop that program. He knew exactly what would happen, but he just wanted to use that process to take us to where we are today. So it was after that, in 2011, the Father came again and officially now launched it in South Africa by constituting a board of directors with some brethren constituting that board. And it was from that time that the Father now started putting one structure together, one structure the other, getting all the information through his children until the switch on took place officially on the 31st of March 2013 at the BCS World Headquarters during the Hidden Manna event. And I recall that that day, a deputy governor came from, I think, Oyo State to attend that event. And the father gave him that honor of switching on the BCS Star Cross television. And I still recall vividly that the channel was switched on with less than a minute content, just one singing program by choristers from Akwa Ibom State. We used that content to switch Star Cross television. But today, we thank the Father because within the past 10 years, Star Cross television have produced more than 10,000 hours of content. I tell you, we have done that by the guidance and inspiration of the Holy Father. So when we talk about the origin, a lot of people have been attributing the glory to themselves or to one person or the other. But the truth is that His Holiness Olumba Obu is the origin. He started Star Cross Television. Even that name, Star Cross Television, he gave that name. I recall that they bought in that 2011 in South Africa, members of the board, we all sat with the chairman at the time, now Archbishop Samuel Akpan, and we proposed a lot of names. We proposed a lot of names, about 15 to 20 names, and after all that, we took all these names to the Father. The name Star Cross Television we have today was never considered by anybody. Nobody even envisaged it. But when we got to the Father now asks us, are you people done with all the proposals? We say yes. He says, so what do you have? We mentioned all. In his usual nature, the Father smiled and said, I think the best name for it is Star Cross Television, or the BTS Star Cross Television. And I think that is where we are today. I'm happy that that name came from the Father. The name came from the Father. And as you know, whatever comes from the Father is unstoppable. So that is the much I can say about the origin of Star Cross Television.
Okay, thank you very much, Sim, for giving us that brief origin of Star Cross Television. Okay, my question is from the address the Father gave to us yesterday during the grand opening of the 10th anniversary. I could pick what he said, that Star Cross TV is not just for brotherhood alone. It is for everybody, like the whole world is entitled to Star Cross Television. So that brings me to my question, who are your audience in Star Cross TV?
The Father has said it all. Our audience is the entire world. As you know that television audiences are segmented. Television audiences are segmented. So because of that, we even among the various segments like entertainment or sport, lovers of sport, within the wall of sport, not everybody likes soccer, not everybody like rugby, not everybody like table tennis. So it is also segmented. The audiences that love politics, some love news, some the tourism and all that. But you will agree with me that every human being, every spirit, even the animals, they love peace. Everybody loves peace. And that is the message that Star Cross Television gives out. The message of peace, the message of love, the message of unity, the message of oneness. And because we convey this message from the throne of God to the world, then Star Cross Television targets everybody. Ours is a heterogeneous audience. You cannot say we are targeting the white, the blacks, the Indian, the color. It's everybody. And I also recall that in the Father's inaugural address to Star Cross Television conference, the first conference that took place, the Father also said that a time will come that Star Cross Television will be the only electronic media that will be watched by everybody, because he has rooted it in heaven and has also rooted it on earth as the only television channel that will relay the voice of the Almighty God to his children. So what Father said yesterday is a confirmation of what he had said before and the fulfillment of what the Father said. So we target everybody, the politicians, the agriculturists, the whatever is your profession. Let me not go into detail. Whatever is your profession, your religious, your political, your cultural belief and affiliation, Star-Crossed Television targets you.
Okay, thank you, PC, as well said. Before I let Sister Queen give you a question, I have just one other question for you. And this question is, listening to your origin of Star-Crossed Television, it is obvious that we have tried other channels and we know what some other channels actually look and feel like. What makes us unique? What makes Star-Crossed Television unique compared to, although we can't compare it with anything because this is God's own channel, but what makes us unique to all these channels?
What makes Star-Crossed Television unique is that when you tune to Star-Crossed Television, you behold the holy and beautiful face of the Almighty God, the King of Kings and Lord of Lords, His Holiness Olumba Olumba Obu. And there is a song in Brotherhood, which is true, that blessed is the man that has seen the holy face of God, His Holiness Olumba Olumba Obu. So whenever you tune to Star-Crossed Television, you have the privilege of beholding His holy face. And as much as you behold His holy face, you are blessed. And that is it. Any other channel, you will see faces of politician, president, old and young, and all that. You see celebrities in sport, in music, entertainment, and all that. All these people do not have a blessing. They do not have peace to give. They do not have healing. They do not have salvation. The only way, the only place you find peace, you find blessing, you find salvation is in His Holiness Olumba Olumba Obu. So when you tune to Star-Crossed Television, you find this, you watch him, you behold his holy face, and you receive all this. So that is what makes us unique. And that is what makes Star-Crossed Television the best in the world. It is not by size, it is not by equipment, it is not by the working environment or by the nature of staff, but it is what we project. And what we project is God.
Oh.
And that is what you see in Star-Crossed Television that you cannot find anywhere.
All right, thank you very much, sir. So I'm going straight to the next question. I would like you to list out the activities we're expecting for the week, following the fact that this week is the week of the 10th anniversary of Star-Crossed Television. So please kindly list out the activities we have for the week.
Okay. Yes. The week is pregnanted with varieties of activity, starting with yesterday, the opening ceremony. You saw that the Father was there live and he blessed us and pronounced. In fact, I am so happy, so happy that I am part of this wonderful blessing of yesterday. Today, we are commencing our training. We have also employed the services of professionals as we speak. One of the professionals from Abuja is already in town, and he will be at the complex, Star-Crossed TV complex, any moment from now. We are going to start with TV presenting and scripting, and from 11 a.m. here at Star-Crossed TV. We are expecting the arrival of the other director, a filmmaker, an award-winning filmmaker at Nollywood, who will also be taking us on a production from script to screen, all that it takes for you to develop your story idea script it, casting, pre-production, production, post-production, and distribution, and making it a quality film that will stand the test of time and can win awards at any level. That is a training we are also looking at. And this training will commence today up to Thursday. We'll be doing that because at least to have more producers, all for the sake of packaging our rich stories, the teachings of this kingdom, the norms of this kingdom in motion pictures. Also, we'll be having a film festival. About 15 or more films have been produced by fathers' children in the kingdom. And on Friday, there will be this film festival where we'll preview all of them. We are inviting the general public to come and see the creative talent in the children of His Holiness Olumba Olumbabu. And the best 3 films will receive an award. It will all happen at Starcross Television. The film festival starts at 5 p.m. Then the next day, Saturday, we'll witness International Carnival Float. It will be done in major cities of the world, here in Calabar, in Port Harcourt, in Uyo, in Abuja, in Lagos, in Accra, different parts of the world, Liberia, South Africa, as much as the fathers' children are able to organize it. It is to increase the awareness, of Starcross TV brand to the dying world. Then Sunday is the grand finale, starting with a divine service where our Father, His Holiness Olumba Olumbabu, will teach us from his divine wisdom. And after that, we will go into the grand finale that will witness fundraise, varieties, cutting of anniversary cake, and many more. The artists have composed beautiful songs, chorus stars. People are celebrating Starcross Television. It's not easy, but we are happy that we have a father, a chairman, a CEO that has inspired us, led us, sponsored us, and has brought us this far. So we return all glory to him.
Okay.
Thank you very much. I was saying, being that we're running out of time already, so I would love to ask. There's a saying that after cross comes crown, and that there's no organization without possible challenges. So this is where I will ask a question concerning the possible challenges that have actually hindered the progress of Starcross Television.
Hello.
Hindered the PPC. Okay, let me bring up my question again. I was asking the possible challenges against the station, this TV station moving forward.
I will definitely say in God, in our Father, His Holiness Olumba Olumbabu, there is no challenge. There is nothing that is a challenge to him. He is Starcross Television, and Starcross Television is the Father. So, so long as Starcross Television is a TV channel of the King of Kings and Lord of Lords, there is no challenge. Because what we see as challenge to the Father, there is none. He only operates with time. When it is time, whatever equipment we think to have, we will have it. Whatever complex we need, we will have it. Whatever arrangement that we think we can put in place to enable Starcross achieve its objective, all will be done. The Father operates with time, and at his own time, he makes everything super beautiful and excellent. So whatever we envisage today as challenge to the Father, there is none. The only concern we have is the children of God the world have not taken much advantage on this. By now, Starcross Television should be in every home, in every office, whether it is public or private, it should be there. Even in marketplaces, it should be there. Our youth should be able to download, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and so that as soon as there's any program they will watch. We are on YouTube, we are on Facebook, we are on apps, about 3 apps that we are. And all this is expected to be downloaded into Android phones, and you can watch Starcross live any day, anytime. All our programs. We are recently, the ICT department launched their website. If you go there, you will see Starcross live 247. So we advise our audience to download this and have it in their iPad, in the Android phones, in whatever device that can enable them watch Starcross TV, they should do. And they should also introduce it to their colleagues, to people all over the world. That is our concern. But for challenge, we do not have, because the Father is the God of possibility and plausibility, and at his time, he perfects all things.
Okay, thank you so much, PCS. It's been a wonderful one, and it's been very, very detailed. But before we let you go, what message do you have for your audience?
Celebrate with Starcross Television at 10. Support Starcross Television. Subscribe to Starcross Television. Mount Starcross Television in your Bethel, in your office, in your bedroom, in your living room, in your kitchen, even in your bathroom. If possible, mount Starcross TV. Watch Starcross TV 247. When you are demoralized, watch it. When you are comfortless, watch it. When you are sick, watch it. Whatever is your situation in life, even when you are celebrating, watch it, because you are watching God directly. And let me tell you, anywhere house that has Starcross Television, that house has the physical presence of the Father there, 247. If you have Starcross in your house, no evil spirit can come in. There is a sister in South Africa. Her name is Her Eminence Mapula. She is a current Johannesburg Bethel administrator as we speak. What brought her into brotherhood? She mounted Starcross Television in her house, and she didn't know that she had a neighbor that used to try to attack her whenever she is not at home. And what happened was that, according to the testimony, she left home off that television and went to work. But when that her evil neighbor tried to penetrate her home in her absence, she was hearing somebody speaking inside the house. And when she listened, she was hearing the same voice that was speaking as if the television was on. So when she said she came back from work, the neighbor now asked her, so is it that you do not off your television when you left? He said, no, I off everything. He said, but I heard the same voice speaking as if you were in the house. The same way, the same voice I used to hear when I come to your house and you play Starcross TV, that voice was speaking. But when they opened the house, they discovered that the television was off. But at the time the neighbor came there to perform her whatever act in her absence, she heard the same voice speaking, and that is the Father's voice. So when you have Starcross Television in your house, I tell you, you are having the Father 247. Some people used to go and build a very big altar in the house. Save yourself some of it. Don't mount
Yeah, stop. Hello.
Hello. So please, mount Starcross Television, because that is the physical presence of the Holy Father in your home.
Okay, thank you so much, PCS. Thank you so much. And beloved audience, if you can hear us clearly, or if you can understand clearly what PCS Oga Osima have told you, you know, the olden days we used to have the portrait of our father in our houses. We used to have the portrait of our father in every home, in our bedroom, bathroom, kitchen, everywhere. But now, a still portrait is no more enough. You need to have a moving portrait. And a moving portrait is Starcross Television. So what more do you want? Like, you know, before now, it's just a stand. The portrait is just there. He's all powerful because he's our father himself. But wouldn't you like to have the one that can speak and scare away all demons? Wouldn't you like that? I'm sure you will like that. So thank you so much, PCS, for talking to us. It was a wonderful one. It was a very detailed one. At this point, this is where we will draw the curtain for Morning Star. And we will give the room to the sports men, the space for sport analyst. It's going to be wonderful. And we are also going to have a sporting events this period, soccer in particular, and also varieties of others. So we want you to stay tuned and watch, as we'll be gone for now. So bye for now. Bye for now.
I feel your love. I feel your love in my life.
Yes, I feel your love in my life all about. I see your blessings all around me. I see many favors coming my way from you, Lord. I feel your presence all around again. I was down, you raised me up, and hungry, you fed me and set me on high. Lord, I was blind, you restored my sight. Hopeless and helpless, you came to my rescue. Was lost in the world, you found me and remolded me. I feel your love. I feel your love in my life. I see your light. I see your light shining on me. I had turbulent nights and twisted dreams. Life was a mess and my hope was lost. You came to me and gave me hope and zeal to carry on. I was seen as a loser man, but Lord, you've made me a winner man. Day after day, they call me a minor case, but Lord, you made me a major case. Last time I made my research, Papa, you were my God. From age to age and time to time, you remain the same. I say the last time I checked and made my findings, Papa, you were my God. Yesterday, today, tomorrow, and forever, you remain the same. I feel your love. I feel your love in my life. I see your light. I see your light shining on me. Thank you, Father. Thank you, Father. Mighty Jesus Christ. I thank you, Father. Mighty Jesus Christ. His holiness. His holiness. Oh no, the Christ of this new age. Oh.
life. I see your light. I see your.
Many thanks for joining us once again on Star Cross Television. It is the football show. I am David Eric, reaching out to you from Star Cross Television. Well, it has been wonderful. It has been exciting. It has been a premium for the football lovers. Yes, permit me to introduce the main guys who normally do justice to this program. Sitting opposite me is Christ Ambassador Victor. Good morning and welcome to the show.
Good morning.
I know you are happy to be here.
Yeah, of course. We're always happy to be here.
Definitely. Okay, we also have our brother Elijah. I know you are happy to be here.
We are happy now.
Because a new era is coming.
Yes, for the fact that we have a new GCFR.
Okay.
We are happy.
Okay. That was on the lighter note, definitely. Okay, let's dive into the business of the day. Let's look at the Under-20 World Cup, which is trending all over the world of football. Yes, it has been exciting. It has been wonderful for the Nigerian team. They did very well. They had a massive 6 points and they qualified as best losers. We were hoping that they were going to get a draw against Brazil for them to qualify as the leaders of that group and maybe possibly face a less tougher opponent. But unfortunately for them, they are facing the host nation, and you know what that means when you're facing the host nation. There's pressure, there's so much expectations from the home team, so they will be willing to deliver because they have the fans, you understand. But we believe in our Nigerian side, and they are going to do definitely very well. The last time Nigeria met with Argentina was at the final, where we saw the world best, current world best, and then the Messi had to demolish Nigeria twice. He had to demolish Nigeria twice. But we're not expecting history to repeat itself despite anything. The youth team of Nigeria have always been showing their abilities to always progress despite the hurdles. But we noticed last Under-20 World Cup, they were eliminated from the round of 16. And I believe this other set of Nigerian Under-20 players will not want that to repeat itself. So they want to progress. Okay, brother, what do you think about our game come tomorrow by 10 p.m.?
Yeah, I really hope the youth team, the Under-20 team, Nigerian team are going to do well, at least, you know, for the fact that in the whole of Africa, it's just Ghana that is the only holders of that trophy. So I hope the Nigerian team will also register their name as champions of the Under-20, facing a team like Argentina, the host nation. And we've watched these guys play. They play very well. They score a lot of goals, and it's really going to be a tough match for the Nigerian side. But we believe that it's football; anything can happen. So let's just look forward to how the game is going to be, and we hope they progress to the next stage.
Okay. Let's look at one of the players who is not fortunate to play at the Under-20 World Cup for his country, Argentina. Let's look at Garnacho. He applied an appeal to Manchester United for him to be released to play for Argentina, but unfortunately for him, the club needed him the most than his country. Do you think he will have any sort of regret if Argentina finally picks up the Under-20 World Cup?
Well, you know, one thing that gives a player joy is to represent his country. And in this case, this country is a host nation, and they are on top flights. They are making progress. They are going to play against the giant of Africa. And yeah, of course, we are giant of Africa.
Yes,
so
we are.
I don't think I don't know for Garnacho, but personally, I will have regrets. Especially when my country finally lifts the trophy. I will have regrets. But he's a Manchester United player. That alone that alone should even make him to forget about the regrets of playing for Argentina.
Because he has something to pick up 3rd of June.
Yes, and he has also won a trophy for the season.
I know. To play for your country, you know, it means you have that pledge, that loyalty of representing your country. So any player will feel bad that he has not been allowed to go to represent his country. Of course, that's your home. So whenever you're called upon, because after playing around your football career, you have to go back home. So if you don't support your home, well, at this point, it was not his decision.
Yeah, because he had applied to go, so the club.
So of course, he will feel bad as a player, but we just hope that he will try and understand the reason.
Of course, he will understand. He will understand. He saw the loophole in Man U that he was supposed to cover up.
Yes, but we have seen again another consolation coming in from the senior team. he has been included in the senior team. So maybe he has greater tasks ahead. That was a smaller task for him.
But the only thing is that he's not sure of making the stats lineup for the senior team. But definitely he would have made the stats lineup.
For me, I know he would have even been the captain of
he's a very good player, fast player, and he has a lot of skill. So I'm sure he's going to break into the senior team.
He will definitely.
Look at the wing. Di Maria.
Look at the wingers.
These players like Di Maria. Of course, he's getting old. Lionel Messi is getting old. A lot of players in the Argentine team, they're all getting old. So they need the youth to come in. So I think the coach it would be even better if he gives this under 20 time and try to fix them up into the senior team, so that when these other guys now are done, they will not be so much loops. So at least they can learn from the senior players.
And there won't be much work to be done in the team.
Now let's look at another high point. We saw during the match, our goalkeeper, the under 20 goalkeeper, gave an assist, which is really rare.
Rare in football.
Yes, and now let's speak about our number one spot at the senior level. You know, for a while now, we have been having this shaky aspect. Do you see our coach recruiting the under 20 goalkeeper maybe immediately after the World Cup to come join the camp of the senior team?
Even if he would recruit it's normal to recruit a junior player into the senior team, like Brother Elijah said, so that the junior players would learn, grab much experience from the older players. Because if you don't bring him into the team early enough as it stands now, he will have a lot of work to do to blend into the team. Even if he's a goalkeeper, goalkeeper is still part of the team.
Definitely.
So I think it's a very good idea bringing him into the team.
Okay, now let's move on to Europe. Yes, so many good news coming all the way. So let's start with the Blues. Yes, they have suffered a dramatic and wonderful season. It has been a bad season for the Blues, because when you invest, you want to get a possible outcome. They invested not less than 600 billion, if I'm not mistaken, million pounds, right? Now we are expecting that next season brings up joy. Pochettino is in Chelsea, and he has signed a 2-year deal. What are your hopes for Pochettino? We know him not to be a manager with that famous trophy or luxurious gallery with trophies, but we know he's a coach that knows how to build the young ones. And considering the kind of set of players Chelsea has now, Chelsea have a very good crop of young players. So are we expecting
experienced players?
Yes, and experienced players too, who might be leaving the team shortly? Because we noticed after the game against Newcastle, Kante was partially saying his goodbye, and we had fans saying, please, we want to see you next season. He says, we hope so. So imagine a player like Kante is leaving the club, you need reinforcement. A player like Thiago Silva is leaving the club, you need reinforcement. So they have an average set of young players who are going to play for like 5 to 10 years. So Pochettino has great work to do. So what do you think, Brother Elijah?
Well, Pochettino coming to Chelsea, of course, is a great deal. And we hope and believe that next season is going to be better than this, because this is Chelsea worst season in so many years. So at least we know that previous seasons, no matter how hard it is, no matter how tough, at least they try to come up, they play some finals. But this season was really bad, and we saw ourselves ending at the 12th position. And Pochettino coming at the end of the season, I believe this is the right time for him to come in, because we still have a lot of pre-seasons to play, so he could use that time to see how he could work with the players. Chelsea has good players, a lot of quality players, and so many options. So I think the coach is really going to need a lot of time training to see how he can adapt to the players, see how he can give them what he has brought for the club, and we hope that next season is going to be better. Of course, we hope that next season is going to be fine. And as a coach, he's going to come in with his own request. Players who would love to join him at the club, and we believe sincerely that the staff and the owners of the club are going to give him all the support he's going to.
Okay, Ambassador, let's drive away. Definitely when the season ends, we're looking at transfer. One player who is not really confident about his stay at Chelsea is Mason Mount, and we have seen speculations coming out today saying that Eric Ten Hag wants Mason Mount to switch over to the Manchester United side. Do you see that being possible, and what do you think will be the impact of Mason Mount to Manchester United?
Well, it depends on who leaves Manchester United.
Okay.
So before a coach like Ten Hag will request the services of a player like Mason Mount, we are going to see a lot of attacking players leave Manchester United this season. The likes of Wout Weghorst,
yes,
the likes of
Anthony
Martial,
yeah,
and
possibly Van de Beek.
Yeah, no, that one is not certain yet. Okay. So, but if these players truly would leave, then I think the services of a player like Mason Mount will greatly be needed. You know, let me delve into Chelsea a bit. It's not like that player, Mason Mount, is not good. Mason Mount is a great player, but the style of play currently in Chelsea does not favor him, because before
Potter took over,
we saw Mason Mount. He was a very creative attacking player. So after Potter left, we did not see much of Mason Mount. So I think if Mason Mount should work under a great coach, he would, put in his best.
Okay. Well, still in the English Premier League, we're looking at requests coming in from the Bayern Munich side for Declan Rice. Declan Rice is a very great player, and we've seen that a lot of clubs are after Declan Rice. But this is really, really shocking for us to have interest coming in from Bayern Munich, because we also have an interest for Kimmich heading towards Barcelona. So Bayern are looking for a very great replacement to replace Kimmich, and Declan Rice is one of their options, and they have tabled 95 million for Declan Rice. Ambassador, do you think that is possible to happen? West Ham are looking at 100 million for their skipper. Do you think that is possible?
Yeah, the price difference is not far apart, and I think Declan Rice is a very creative midfielder. He has will I use the word, a double role? He's a double role midfielder. He could play deep, and he could play maybe forward, a free role or forward in the midfield area. So I think that is a very good decision from Bayern Munich.
Okay.
And I don't think there is any need for West Ham to decline such
huge offer.
Huge offer, 95 million as against 100 million, just 5 million pounds away. So
5 million pounds can change somebody's life.
Of course. Well, I think what I see about these clubs, I think they know what they want.
Yeah.
Understand? The English clubs were like, the price is too much for a player like Declan Rice, But no, the other coaches could see what
the current coach
is not seeing. So I think before Bayern Munich would agree to table 95 million for a player like from Declan such a club and Declan Rice, I think they have seen something they know is going to be favorable to their team. So I believe well they are going to strike a deal. Of course, if the discussions goes well, I think they can sign the player.
Okay, it's all about England. It's all about England. Yes, this is the best league in the world. Let's think about another prolific player again. It is Harry Kane. We saw when Pochettino signed for Chelsea, and that was yesterday, and we saw the uproars coming up in the Tottenham camp. Do we think the Tottenham players will be together and wait to listen to the appointment of a new manager? And what do we see is the fate of Harry Kane? Where is his destination? Because currently we know that so many teams are looking out for Harry Kane, considering the fact that the scenario that he is placed in. It seems like Real Madrid is looking for him currently, because the star striker is looking for a way to bow out of Real Madrid. We're talking about Karim Benzema. So, Ambassador, do you see Harry Kane going for personal achievements, staying back at Tottenham Hotspur, or leaving for a better glory? Because he's a player that is not known to have gotten any trophy, any major trophy at this high standard of his play. He is known for winning individual trophies. So do you think he's going to follow personal achievement and remain at Tottenham, or leave Tottenham and go for glory?
When you talk about personal achievements, what kind of personal achievement do you think a player like Harry Kane gets from Tottenham Hotspur?
He has been getting the Golden Boot, which is his personal achievement as a striker.
As a striker,
player of the month.
Player of the
month. Goal of the month.
Okay, I'm sorry, I am not. Okay, I will use Chelsea as a case study.
Okay.
If a Chelsea striker wins the Golden Boot and finishes at 12th position, rather, I don't think that is a glory as a player. Now you are winning personal glories and you're not playing Champions League, you're not playing Europa League, you're not even playing Europa League Conference. So I think he's not going to stay at Tottenham Hotspur, because whosoever coach will come to Tottenham as we speak has a whole lot of work to do. And you're not even sure if the coach will make it into the top 6.
Yeah.
Because he has a whole lot of work to do. So I think Harry Kane will not want to stay in Tottenham Hotspur. If a team like Real Madrid is looking for you, Real Madrid, that you're very sure that you're going to play Champions League.
We saw this happening last season. Man City was all over for Harry Kane. It made Harry Kane not to resume training for over a month.
We are aware.
Yes, and we saw Harry Kane had to go for the personal glory which I'm talking about. That is his boyhood club. He loves Tottenham. He loves Tottenham with all his strength.
But as he stands now, he would leave. Honestly.
Well, I'm even seeing pressure coming in from Pochettino.
Yeah.
Pochettino is a coach who loves Harry Kane so much. So I'm not even looking at him signing for Real Madrid.
Yes.
I'm looking at him even signing for Chelsea, because Chelsea has need for a number 9.
Definitely.
striker.
They need somebody to lead them.
When you're talking about Chelsea signing Harry Kane, let us not forget about the fact that Chelsea's decision solely depends on the owner currently.
Bolly.
Yes.
Yeah, Tony Bolly will be able to listen to
for
his
him,
manager.
For him,
definitely.
if you want to be very sincere, he has been the one doing all the signings. Like all the players that have come into Chelsea are players of his personal interests. So telling me that a coach like the how do they call him, the Pochettino will come and tell Bolly, I need.
No, I think that's part of
part of his contract.
Except that
part of it to get players he wants, so that
by himself without any infringement.
Yeah, because we noticed so many uproars, and when the owner of the club had to get players, you notice that the blending were not there.
We're not there.
Yes, and most of the managers would not
forget
want
about the
to
quality
use.
of players that Chelsea have. The blending is not there.
Yes,
because the coach, as at that time, did not want these players.
Definitely.
So that is the main problem.
Okay, let's move over to Serie A. Serie A, yes, we have wonderful news coming in from Serie A. One of the shocking news is the already crowned champions Napoli, and they were led by a very great manager Spalletti. And the news we're getting is Spalletti says, I want to go on a break. After winning the title for more than 33 years, and he says, I want to go on a break. Do you think he's afraid of the next challenge or what is coming? Ambassador, what do you think?
No, a coach like that will not be afraid of the next challenge. He has a formidable team, and the season has ended.
Yeah.
He has all the powers and all the leverages to bring in more players into the team. So him wanting to go on a break does not mean he's afraid of the next challenge. Of course, who is going to challenge a team like Napoli even in the next season?
Definitely, there's going to be challenge because
I am also looking at it from a different angle.
Okay.
I'm looking at it from the angle that he wants to leave the club a champion.
Oh,
yes.
Like that's what I'm saying.
Looking at it
so he's afraid of the next challenge.
No, he's not afraid of the next challenge. Like he said, he wants to leave the club as a champion coach.
As a champion coach, you understand?
Yeah,
and who knows? There could be other factors contributing to it. Yes, underground there could be problems. It may not come up openly.
Let's look at the summer transfer, because summer transfer might really affect the Napoli side. All eyes are on the Napoli team. They want to buy. Like we can see, Victor Osimhen is on the radar for everybody. Everybody want to get Victor
So
Osimhen.
of course, when you have, and as a coach, you know that you are going to encounter difficulties.
Yeah.
When you have a lot of eyes coming into your team, and you know the owners at some point are going to think differently from the coach. The owners at some point, they also want to make money.
Yeah.
So when they see these opportunities that these players could be bought at very huge amounts of money, who could bring so much profits to the team, well, they may decide to sell. And you know, selling players like that, you have to bring in new players. It's going to be so much work on the coach now to try to see how we can recruit players to replace and still maintain the same standard. It's not going to be easy. So I feel that's one of the reasons Spalletti is like, he wants a break.
No, you see, it's going to be easy if he still be the one, or if he will still be the one to handle the preseason.
Yes,
the preseason. Because if you sell off Osimhen and maybe you bring in Harry Kane, he will blend, because there is like 1 month plus time for him to blend with the team. So I don't think it's going to be a difficult thing for Spalletti, but rather it is going to be a difficult thing for the incoming coach, because you are starting.
You are a fresher.
Yes.
Yeah, you don't know the bond between
so
them.
you're bringing in your different play pattern, your different ideas. So now you have a very tough time for the players to leave or to forget about Spalletti's pattern of play and adapt to your new style, coupled with the new players. So I think it's going to be a tougher task for a new coach.
Okay, yes, we are hoping that maybe Spalletti changes his mind. Normally, as players, sometimes they will say, "I am retiring from the international scene," and we go back 1 month later, they come back. Just imagine legend Lionel Messi has retired from the international scene after having a very terrible scene on the international stage. But finally, he has won the World Cup. So who knows? Zidane did the same thing after winning the Champions League treble.
3 times, yeah.
He had to say a bow, but later he changed his mind.
Champion.
As a champion. But later he changed his mind and came back again, and he saw he had a difficult time, and he took a bow and left again. Maybe that is what Spalletti is avoiding. Okay, let's go down to the Spanish capital. Let's look at FC Barcelona for example. We know that when you're dedicated in your work and you're about leaving, you will have this farewell and you'll be missed diligently by fans, you understand? Now we have 2 great players who have served Barcelona for a couple of years, and let me see, let's call it a decade. We can see players like Busquets and Jordi Alba. These are wonderful players that have served Barcelona. Where do you think is the destination, and how do you think football will be to them after leaving Barcelona? We can see Andres Iniesta, he left and he went to Asia, and he has played his football, and he's still playing his football. Do you think Busquets and Alba will still continue playing football for a long time, or to just go and play and retire in a short time?
Of course, these 2 players are aged players, advanced age players. Of course. So I don't think they will play football even in the next 3-4 seasons.
Okay.
It's not possible because they've had a lot of title glories to their names. So I think they will just want to leave Barcelona, go and make money somewhere.
Go and make money.
For like 2-3 seasons.
Definitely.
And they will now take a bow and maybe go into coaching. Because they will make a very good coach.
Someone like Busquets.
Yes,
definitely.
I think the best coaches in the world are coaches that were midfielders. Yeah, that is what I've
possibly defenders.
Yeah, possibly defenders.
Yes.
But it is not always too advisable to have a coach that was a defender, because he will always be having the defense mindset. So I don't see them playing too long, maybe 2-3 seasons.
Okay, but let's look at replacement for Jordi Alba and Busquets. How do you think the midfield of FC Barca will look like come this season we're entering, the next season we're entering?
Of course, you're losing a defensive midfield like Sergio Busquets, who has played for the club a long time. Of course, he's a club legend, because even with the current coach, he has played with Xavi, has played with Messi, played with Iniesta, played with so many players. He has played with Eto'o, you understand?
Yes,
so I think it's going to be a very big loss for Barcelona, and Xavi is also going to look for how to get replacement. Of course, before now, they know that Xavi will, at some one time, Busquets will retire. So I think before now, there have been plans, we have these young stars that are playing, and I think they have learned a lot. So, of course, getting a replacement is never going to be hard. Even if you don't have it in the club, you can search the transfer market and you get it.
So we're going to be seeing Busquets out, and we're going to be seeing more of Frankie de Jong, and we're going to be seeing Pedri and Gavi.
So we have great young players who are ready to do something. So.
Okay, let's look at the French capital. We saw Mbappe, our own great player, winning the Player of the Year. Another player with more expectation is Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi has been pictured to either return back to FC Barcelona or make way to the Saudi team. What do we think?
Well, personally, if I was to advise that man, I would tell him to go to Saudi.
Go for the money.
Yeah, let him go for the money, and after then he takes a bow. Because going back to Barcelona, no.
But it's always a vibe as opposed to go back to the club which you started from.
Okay,
and
you should
retire.
go to Saudi and make money for maybe for 1 or 2 seasons, then come back and retire. Of course.
Okay. We wish him all the best. That's it. Now let's look at what we have for the weekend before we step out of the studios. We have Manchester United against Man City, the big game. It is the first time we are having the Manchesters take on the FA Cup final. What we already made our predictions last time, but you know, things have changed. We've seen Manchester City struggle for the last 2 games before the Premier League ended. They had a draw against Brighton and they had a shock defeat to Brentford. Do you think this is going to affect them psychologically, or you think it's a game plan?
It can never affect them psychologically. the 2 games you're talking about, their star players were not on the pitch. And those players were rested against Manchester United and
the Champions League final.
So what they're trying to say, the Lord rested and he's going to arose on the 3rd day.
Yes.
it doesn't have any effect on the team.
On the team. And secondly, they knew very well that they have won the league already. So there was no need risking the key players. So I don't think that has any... In short, the team was supposed to be playing for Manchester United.
But Rashford has said it. Rashford has said that he will make sure that he upsets Manchester City for them not to achieve what Manchester United have achieved, winning the treble. Do you think that is possible?
Of course, I think severally I've made several predictions here.
Yeah.
I want to make another prediction.
Okay.
I don't know what the score is.
I think it's best you maintain your prediction.
No. I'm maintaining my prediction.
But not the scoreline.
Not the scoreline.
Okay.
I had predicted that Man City will triumph over Real Madrid.
Yeah.
And I never fixed the scoreline. I got that right. Now, Manchester City is not going to win the treble.
Yeah, okay.
They are not going to win the treble. It's not possible.
Okay.
If they should beat Manchester United,
so they're going to lose to...
They are going to lose the Champions League. So if they should lose the Champions League, it's very possible that they're going to win. If they should lose
FA Cup,
it's very possible that they're going to win.
Someone told me that what if they lose the 2 games?
They can't. Man City
I don't think so. They
can't
lose the 2 games.
In short, they are winning the treble. They won't
win the treble. They won't win FA Cup.
Okay, guys, we're running out of time.
They are winning the treble.
We're running out of time. Running out of time. Yes, we noticed that only Manchester United have done that for a couple of years, and Manchester United are planning to retain that. But this is football; anything is possible. And Guardiola is an exciting manager.
Ten Hag is also an exciting manager.
Yes, it has been wonderful. It has been exciting here in the studios. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for joining us. Yes, it's still all about the anniversary celebration of Starcross Television at 10. So do well to participate in any way you can. I am David Eric. Reach out to us on Starcross Television via YouTube and our Facebook page. Enjoy your day and have a blessed day. Bye-bye.
Starcross Television.